Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show, your one-stop shop for everything rugby league. In today's episode, we're going to talk about New South Wales. Who should be the next coach, or should it be Brad Fittler? We'll talk about Payne Haas, and he wants to go to NFL. I don't think so, but Payne Haas wanting more money. Same with Tino, as he decides that he might move on. We'll also talk about Shaun Johnson re-signing, and what about Matt Lodge been to 7 different clubs and people keep wanting to sign him? We'll talk about that in this episode. But let's get to New South Wales. After Brad Fittler got a victory, does he deserve to continue? He's had 3 wins out of 6 series, so he's 50-50, so equal with Gus Gould in terms of percentage. But he really had some selection blunders the last couple of years. Obviously, Cody Walker being the big example of leaving him out, and they put him in last minute, and they get it done. Would it have changed the result at the start if Cody Walker was in there? Well, we'll never know. But definitely, Cody Walker was the informed player in the comp before Origin 1, and he was left out. So, as well as Nico Hines was as well one of the most informed players as well. So, they were both left out. So, those selections will be costly. But anyway, let's have a look at if Fittler is to be sacked or resign himself. Let's have a look at the candidates. Well, first off, we'll go to the legend Gus Gould. I think he's got too many other things to worry about than coaching New South Wales, but I'm sure he wouldn't say no if he was asked to do it. I'm not sure if they'll go down that road, but he's very much in knowledge of the game, is up there with the best of them, and definitely would be deserving of a chance. There's been talk around the traps for Ricky Stuart. Do you reckon Ricky Stuart would be the coach? Remember to like and subscribe to the channel and put your New South Wales coach in the comments, and I will discuss that in another video. If you can find me someone from left field that you think deserves to be the coach. Ricky Stuart obviously will definitely have the passion, there's no doubt about that. He could bring a bit of pride back to the jumper. That's definitely something I think you're looking at with the next New South Wales coach, but you need someone who can actually articulate a man management to a victory. That is the big key the New South Wales need to find. Ricky Stuart definitely would be a good motivator. Craig Bellamy, well, I know this is already a no, but in terms of coaching now, but whether he can get these players up for the big games, that's the question mark. Well, Craig Bellamy, he's good at the NRL level, but when he had a stint at NRL level, he was too technical, and maybe he's too technical a coach for this job, and so they might rule him out. Jeff Tuvey, been out of the game for a while, definitely would be a motivating type player, done it all in the game, very talented, but I don't think he's going down there, and no one else seems to want to sign him as a coach, which is interesting. I'm not sure why that's been the case. Paul McGregor, is there any chance of being the next one? Paul McGregor, talks about him being in and around the camp. He has been in and around the camp. Would he be a likely old school player? He's also a possibility. Andrew Johns, no doubt the most talented player on this list, but whether he can take the head coach role in New South Wales is yet to be decided. Obviously, his brother Matthew Johns is another option there as well. Would you want to take on any of these guys? I'm not 100% sure you would. Danny Buderus, I'll put him up there as a big chance. Danny Buderus being the next one. Very much knows the game inside out. Was a very good player. Very calm-headed. Whether he would want to take on the role instead of being around the back area, that would be the question mark there. What about big Willie Mason? Yes, on the Levels Network. Willie Mason, does he deserve a shot at the big time? He's definitely getting his coaching game going. With the Bulldogs, would he want to take the next step and play for them? That's the interesting thing you need to think about. Boyd Cordner. What about Boyd Cordner? Yes. It may be a little bit too early for him, but I think these big talks that he is going to be one of the coach is going forward. Maybe he needs to come in now as an assistant coach, or whoever the coach is, just to get himself ready to take over the role in a couple of years' time. And Sammy Boyle, yes, Sam Burgess from left field here from England. Is he the man to get it done? He's been in the camp a few times, certainly knows how to play. knows how to be tough football. If you've seen his grand final heroics, how tough he was to continue to play and get the job done for the Rabbitohs, he would definitely be up there in terms of toughness out of all these candidates. There's plenty more you can add to this list, but realistically, who do you go for? Sure to, I'm not sure. I still don't think you can be an NRL coach and do it these days. I mean, you can do it, but I just don't think it's with the time. So, yeah, it's a tough one here for me. Because Andrew Johns has the talent, but whether he has the right predicament to be a head coach, there's a bit of question mark. So Danny Buderus seems to me to be the most, in terms of being calm, collected, can put him in there. And you put players like Cordner, Willie Mason, Sam Burgess, those type of players around him, they really will get the boys up for the game. Then I think that's where they need to go. Gus Gould easily could come straight back in if he wants to do that. But yeah, I would go with Danny Buderus for calm head and add the likes of Andrew Johns. There's a possibility to do it. And bring in the likes of Matthew Johns, Willie Mason, Cordner, all these ones that have been there, done that, at the best of the and can really bring out the best in New South Wales. Let me know what you think about these selections. Shaun Johnson resigns with the Warriors. Wow, well done to the Warriors. With Roger Tuivasa-Sheck coming back next year, is he coming back this year? I don't think he's going to be fit enough to play this year, but there's going to be big things for the Warriors this season as well as next season. They have a chance to win the comp. And people are joking, but I'm telling you now, they've got a chance even this year to win the comp. Shaun Johnson has to stay fit and continue to fire, but the rest of the team need to go with him. A couple of issues, obviously, in the Warriors team with defensively, and dropping the ball, they could cost them come finals time. But if they want to be the real deal, they need to cut that out of their game. Payne Haas, NFL coming knocking. This is just a smokescreen for a bigger payday, looking at the $1 million mark. I don't know if he would go anywhere else, to be honest. I think the Roosters would be his only, or maybe the Bulldogs, maybe if he wants to play with Critter in that. But to me, I can't see Payne Haas leaving. Unless he really wants to go to New South Wales, then it'd probably be the Roosters or the Bulldogs for me if you're looking at New South Wales where he would want to go in that thing. But really, just crazy stuff. Tino, I can't see Tino leaving. I've said this before. I could be proved wrong. Maybe the Broncos come knocking if Payne Haas goes. I don't know. Is that the rumour around there? I'm not sure. But yeah, I can't see Tino leaving. Even though he's saying so, I think they're just wanting a little bit more money there. And of course, Matt Lodge. What's happening there with Matt Lodge? Now with Manly for the rest of the season on a train and trial contract. How can this fella be on a train and trial contract every time he goes somewhere else? He's clearly either an NRL player or he's not. It's just craziness that how he's allowed to get away with all this and making all this moolah on the way. I'm not sure how this all works. If you get dropped from someone, how can you continue to get paid and then get in train and trial contract? I'm not sure how this all works, but he must have the best lawyers around, Matt Lodge, because he continues to get away with it. I don't know why Manly have signed him. To me, he just is not worth it. He's just too much trouble, gets himself into trouble off the field all the time, whether it's with the management that just doesn't seem to be a good fit. But I'm not sure what's happening there. But that's me. That's a bit here from Barry Charles Footy Show. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll be back with more footy coming up. And can the Warriors get it done this week? Well, let's hope so. There's some big games this week. Very important games to see where the teams are shaping up for finals time. Origin gone now, so all the teams are going to be back with all their players ready to rock and roll for the end of the season. Will the Broncos fall off a cliff, or are they going to stay around the top 8? Penrith are the team to beat. We will find out. Have a good weekend.